Hello, people. This is a video intake for multiple things that I'm working on at the same time, as well as Echelon School and other means. But it's good to be here. Slept like 4 to 5 hours. Didn't feel the need to sleep anymore because I was kind of awake after that. Got to ride back here to my relatives. So we're talking about probability, how any number of faces in a specific area can showcase multiple descriptors and areas of said perception. The multiple layers of descriptors and descriptions and meta descriptors can go over a whole scope of the body of perception. If we use this knowledge in modular English for Echelon School from 15th grade English dynamics, we use the modular scope to break out of modularity while keeping the modular system intake and spiraling out, but spiraling out to a certain point where the oscillations of the said system work. The only way to do that is to create a TAS system for writing where it doesn't have to be truly the program either. It can be a new way of writing out structure for books or media. It could be for other things too, even art. You start in a certain area in your artwork, start at the face or start at the feet or start at the legs, draw from there or draw from a certain pivot point on your character, like a side view or a 3/4 view, depending how you draw it. It will either have failure or success, and each failure will allow you to wrap up and fix the art or fix the writing. But you'll have a separate area like a whiteboard or board that describes the history of what you went through in the book design. And while the book is being written, you have like a different area of memory reminders to remind you where you came from and inject into the system different histories that can go before or after, kind of like a pre-node system for modular English or other stuff. If you injected the whole number system, manifold shifts, like shape shifts into something else, in modular English, the whole tone of voice of the whole draft will change, or even the words will shift. But it would have to work pretty well to do that. Sometimes changing one word changes the meaning of a whole paragraph. That's why the tone of voice would have to change the tone. And that would actually change the forward progression of the whole system of guiding through the story. And then, heck, you can have 3 inputs: store, house, street. And then expand it from there. It gets like a meta book design where you have 3 interjections, kind of like how a tulpa works, where tulpamancy, where you have a thought pattern, you activate the thought pattern, give it meaning, give it consciousness, and then it propagates. but instead of this is more physical, where you propagate input or output, and it creates a sort of a kind of shell or direction for the perception of the system, the perception of the whole entirety of the book. It could be small, like independent letters, and that's actually a good idea. Using independent letters can get into full-on topological map linguistics, counting through linguistics, through reading input and output. It'd be quite interesting to see that all. Now, what's cool about this is the strict hierarchy of how it works is topological, and it can create nested circles, non-uniform hexagons or pentagons or heptagons, and have the capability of actually functioning properly. And it's pretty cool. But it's like that. But hi, making a video right now. But like in some books where like for example Tad Williams' Memory of Sauron and Thorn, or Lord of the Rings, or Legend of the Seeker, they have certain maps that navigate through the whole territory. In these books, the maps would navigate throughout the entirety of the book's landscape. Yeah, the book's landscape. And then if you go inner and inner, you have the actual landscape that you want to navigate through. And it becomes crystal clear and pitch perfect completely. Almost, not entirely, but works like that. Hence, yeah. But yeah, it's cool. So keep in touch for more Echelon School classing from Mr. Garcia, also known as Theta. And we'll be navigating through this stream. Sooner or later, we'll be doing a type of calculus that can actually showcase a more in-depth system that is not quite shown all the time. But I'm not trying to theorize completely. I'm just having fun and seeing where it goes. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.